Ну, раз, два, три.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. I'll just need your signature here. Mabel Burgess. Age 37? Right or left-handed? I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. What's on your mind? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
Так, ладненько это сделали.
Been eating nothing
Так, магазинчик нам.
but salt tuna for a year.
I know how you feel.
Магазинчик у нас... Вон.
I hate you, vending machine.
Spacer's Choice. The music to my ear.
О, уже скидочка появилась, неплохо. Так, продать. Пить. Как... Ладно. Так, что у нас там по заданиям? Угу. Так, сохраняться-то в принципе будем.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry.
Так, на север. Северо-запад нам надо
Wonder
идти.
if the plague's ever gonna pass.
А, мы можем выйти через этот. Где-то вот здесь, да? Че тут там отрезались?
Got it. Inside voices. Here I go! Look at us!
Молодец. Блин, я уж не помню, как я тут проходил-то. Как-то надо
I
тут...
always wanted to poke around in here.
Поле надо отключить, да? А вот дырдочка.
No problem. I'll head over. Coming. Incoming! Here we go!
Так, водички пора попить.
Nice hit! Gotcha! Heading back.
А, тут вот еще подкоп, блин, пролезть можно.
Nice!
Так, торговый автомат. Гранатомет. Блин, опасная вещь. Лучше не будем путаться. А, здесь скидки нет, так что лучше в городе продавать. Где был? Все, пошли внутрь.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here? Everyone all right?
На счет. Так, что у нас тут? Физический модуль. Ага, тут у нас скрываем.
Great work. Clever.
Shh.
Ага. А, это здесь мощность нам надо будет потом перераспределить, да? Но пока не будем ничего делать. Сюда нам пока рано. Нанавилось. А там бабла было. Плохо, неплохо. Ключ-карта охранника геотермальной станции. Либо взлом 70. Жестко, жестко.
Nicely done.
Труп начальника охраны. И у него будет ключик, да? Что светится-то? Просто так. Да не пойдем. Чё? Теперь пойдем, да?
Nice one.
Мгм. Так, наверх, 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 вот по этой. А туда как попасть, фиг знает. Ой, что за Джереми?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigations, it's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice. Hostile actions towards spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logic in compliance with spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Эх, нифига себе. Карта есть. Нет. Готово. На улицу выйти, чтобы пахнуть. А, нет. Но сюда мы еще вернемся. оставим пока. Так, а вообще где посмотреть продвижение? Наверное, нигде. Ушки сломал. А, кстати, я вот эту площадку-то еще не лутал.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. So this is it then. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
Great work. All right, I'm on the move.
Он же не будет сюда заходить? А, будет.
Heading back.
Готово. Ой-ой-ой. Где-то кучу врагов показывают, они подо мной, что ли? Какая сложная замок.
Wow, you got that?
Червячки. Так, ну, вроде бы я все смотрел. Ага. Ох, так отъехать недолго. Нифига у него тут было. Мутант.
You're fast.
Так, что за бронька там упал-то? Прокачанная, неплохо. Взлом плюс 7. В принципе, если кто-то прокачать, она мне норм. То, да? Угу. Пойдет, пойдет. Что у нас по заданиям? Осталось 2 этих основных, да? Надо по городу пошариться, потому что там еще есть доп. Задание. Сохранимся. Так, а что я пришел? Просто сохраняемся и уходим. Так, тут у нас чё? Геотермальная электростанция. Вообще надо к этим. Что я там занычил здесь, по-моему, и шарится. Да. Ну ладно, пойдем Аделаиду найдем. О, эти упыри отрезались. Надо их загасить. О, тихо.
Great work!
Отлично. Так, ну да, на дорогу что выйдем. А, там вот поселение. Пойдем зачистим. Че я придумал-то? Да. Ну, что такое? Мне можно пройти? Так, ну это геотермальная станция, это понятно. Так. Сюда. Да, по одному. Так, что нам для настольного дает? Урон для настольного. При попадании в голову из слабое место. 20% пойдет. 178% вероятность критического удара. Это как? Что-то много. Блин, а мин-то здесь нет, что-то я тут иду. О-о. Куда я залез-то? Так, в то здание нельзя, в этом я был. Еще ножки сломаю. Так, а это что? Рабочая дверь, не? Запечатано. Что значит запечатано? Распечатать нельзя, что ли? Водичка есть. Отлично. Так, здесь зачистили. Здесь что? Около мародеров. А, здесь и задание выполнил. Выполнил задание.
Gosh, that's clever.
Это бронька интересная. А чё, перегруз-то? До пруда. Тринадцать. Хранение. Короче, мне пора бы это магазин. Вот здесь есть магазин, да? Не. А, ну вот тут есть. Ладно, не будем жадничать, продадим тут. А, что-то я пропустил. Продать. Лук какой-то. Но у меня что-то как-то много всего. А, еще хламон продать. Базар. Фига у меня тут этих. Грузоподъемность. Мне не надо там продать. О, критический урон плюс 25%. Прикольно. А, вот офигенная тема. Чем она отличается, если характеристики одинаковые? Непонятно. Периодически. Так, ну если-то где сектанты живут? А, вот, наверное. Да? Ага. Сектанты. Перебежчики.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Что ты какая крутая.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of them. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're due if you're gonna start wandering around my camp. Know that I got over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still yammering on. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might... Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can. What is it?
Всё, до свидания. Не знаю, где твоя Зоя. Сейчас пойдем вернем ее по-быстрому. Я не помню, ее можно говорить. Или надо там... Шумяк.
Nice work. Wow.
Ого, это прикольная бронька. Бонус к навыку узлом. Розовенька это не пойдет. Тут я себе оставлю. Я сам что могу чинить? Ага. Без верстака, прикольно. То есть какая-то... Так, ну там вроде подраться можно. Изделий плохо. Ой-ой, так, четверо, да? Рискнем. Пронялся. Плюс один.
I'll fix you right up. That's gotta hurt. Cut him off.
Так, типа ок, все живы-здоровы, да? Где труп? Где труп, алло? Вот. А что это за пещерка? Тут ништячки лежат, да? Пойдет. Так, тут он повоевать придется. Мина, тихо.
You're fast.
Шлем клевый. Дает. Не дает просто брони нахера.
Always wanted to say that. No encore.
Done.
Wow, you crossed them all off. Like, what? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of Nate? You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really... I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that. I'm great at no. I may have bartered them a few... I don't know. Oh, you mean around these guys? I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical... Instead, what do I find? I've got all the...
Mm-hmm. Так, ладно. Назад.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. You pretty much did my job for me. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Окей. Пацан.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Так, тут где-то есть складик с этими курчиком.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was, whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what,
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make some. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads. No kidding! Really? Well, which... Look at that! Yep. I appreciate... In fact, I put aside... Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? 2 whole data pads? Sure, I'd be glad to take them off.
Moving. I'm on my way. Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to... Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows, like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be— If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from it. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I trust.
Это ж вернулся. Так, ладно. Кто?
Zoe says she fought her way out of a mirage. Fresh off the lip.
Подторговать, по-моему, можно, да? Китычки есть.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. Because I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought. Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on. Maybe you don't know this, but there. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say, I suppose. Company always tells us. Weak spirits leave. You've got Adrena time? How? No, I don't. I'm feeling a touch faint.
Так, мне кажется, больше заданий нет нифига. нужно валить на станцию.
Okay, gone quiet. Nice hit! Don't mess with us!
Что ли? Так. Подожди. Мне куда-то вниз там еще надо сходить, что-то брать. Ой. А, это свой. Это свой чувак. Вот здесь. Как туда спуститься-то?
Go away, Phantom!
Wish I could do that.
Верстак.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Watch out!
You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram! You can talk? See? See, Higgins? Of course. Do excuse me. I experienced brief flash... Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltoon... I've come a long way for someone who started... I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them. Mechanicals lost their bolts. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plan... You know, you remind me of myself. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could Yes, that's exactly it. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. Mechanicals lost their bolts. You mean why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the sprat braised. I specialized in
А, не то. Регулятор мощности есть. Наиды. Перепрограммируйте автоматонов. На засове. Так, куда идти-то еще? Я пользовался нафиг. Вот это что такое, не помню. Зачем надо включать, да? Так, здесь выход. А, во. Берите все это из замыкателя. Что ты будешь делать-то? Так, этот я уже потрогал. Блин, а вот к этому как попасть? Там, да? Да что ты будешь делать-то?
Where'd to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Oh, system. Sweeping the area.
No! Don't mess with us.
Neutralized.
That's the last. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick, but Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Ой, ну чё ты вообще хз, блин.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's... In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order. The deserters are going to be all right now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson... If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not. It's sensible. Dad just...
такие дела, типа. Так, что, пойдем к этим беженцам сходим, может, благодарят или что-нибудь такое.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense.
А, эту. Секунду.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. That's a complete set. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's... I owe them my life. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole and...
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... Oh, this isn't coming...
Ну, где эта наркоманка?
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It would... I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out. My son worked in that cannery. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, blunt as a hammer. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else. Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corp... I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with the mysterious. You're welcome among...
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury. Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's... The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Let me know if you find anything. Yeah?
You want to know what gets my bile churning? I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. And as for me, I will tender my resignation. Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Not a peep for me.
Could have sworn I heard something. Thought I saw something.
Incoming!
Open fire!
Don't mess with us. Everyone all right?
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity will be deducted from your pay.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I've worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. Where are we headed?
Oh. Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. Something vexing you, Captain? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic... that's what my parents... I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. I envied that. I wanted that peace. Yes? Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our... Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this...
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of... Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay.
Where are we headed?
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to... A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath. Science, that's how. The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act up. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you...
Так, а здесь что какое-то задание есть? Что такое? Так, а куда мне надо-то? Да-да-да, сейчас. Так, на первый проход здесь надо.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Got a sec? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless, or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like you wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Так, на сегодня все.